Previously on Backfires. A terrified Dom DeLuca abandoned Sam Park in his hour of need.
DeLuca, help! I'm not touching that! I'm sorry, Park! You're sorry? Wait! No, stop!
The men of Alpha Platoon rescued young Susie Dollarhide from certain death.
Over here. I think I see her beneath that fallen beam.
The horses. I was trying to get the horses out.
But Sheriff Leach and the local press caught our heroes by surprise.
The Forest Service has no jurisdiction on private property. Release them, Swede, or I'll arrest you.
Have you lost your mind?
In her quest for the truth about the honor camp, June Rose pushed Swede Nelson to his breaking point.
You're denying for the record that Hampton Morris directed a cover-up.
Morris was a good man. Get the hell out of my house.
I'm leaving.
You better. I'm calling my lawyer, and turn that fucking thing off before I smash it.
Backfires, an original audio drama. Episode 5, Freedom from Fear.
Alright, here we go. Recording. Today's date is the 21st of November, 1976. I'm speaking with Mr. Otis Jeffries. I'd love to hear more about your playing days with the Larks. Was it true that you were in line to become the first black man in the majors in 1946, a year before Jackie Robinson?
I don't know. Who cares? No prize for almost being somebody.
Oh, come now. It's no small feat to be a professional athlete in any context, but especially in the Jim Crow era in America. From what I've gathered, you were an excellent, batsman? I'm sorry, that's cricket. I'm not much of a baseball aficionado.
Batter. And it's fine, ma'am. I've talked to reporters before. I know what you're doing. You don't have to do the whole song and dance. Your story isn't about the Negro Leagues. It's about the honor camp, so ask about the honor camp.
It started as a general history of prison labor in America. But yes, your camp of wildland firefighters in California has emerged as its own story. A microcosm of America's promise and contradictions.
What's your question?
I've spoken to a number of people connected to the First Honor Camp, starting with your chaplain, William Berrigan.
How's Berrigan doing?
He was helpful, open, reflective. Then, after Berrigan, I spoke with former Mayor Helen Gantry, who made the agreement with Hampton Morris that brought the camp to her town.
Don't know her.
Next was Ara Park.
Ara. She doing okay? I assume she's got a husband, a family.
She's in good health. She asked after you.
She say anything else?
Only that you're an honest man who'd tell me the truth.
Truth about what?
I think there was a cover-up at the camp, directed by the man at the very top, Dr. Hampton Morris. Mayor Gantry was in on it too.
And what do you think they were covering up?
Camp firefighters died on duty. Before you arrived was Sam Park and Dom DeLuca. Later that summer. But the administration, Morris and Nelson, they falsely reported those deaths as suicides. I have evidence.
What kind of evidence?
Falsified autopsy reports, signed by the county coroner, who happened to be Mayor Gantry's son.
And why would they do that?
To keep the camp open and the free labor pipeline flowing.
See, I knew you weren't here to talk baseball.
The public deserves to know what happened, so that it won't happen again. Sunlight is the best disinfectant.
Respectfully, ma'am, sunlight doesn't disinfect shit. You know what disinfects? Bleach.
Mr. Jeffries, all I want to know is...
I spent a long time scrubbing all this shit from my mind. I really don't want to get involved in any legal stuff or dig up the past. I have a good life now. I worked hard for it.
I'm not here to trap you. You can trust me.
You talk to anyone else?
Yes, my last interview was your forest ranger field supervisor, Swede Nelson, before he threw me out and threatened to sue me. Here.
Get the hell out of my house.
Calm down. I'm leaving.
You better. I'm calling my lawyer. And turn that fucking thing off before I smash it.
Yeah, that's sweet, all right. He sounds old now.
Before our interview went off the rails, Nelson was detailing the Dollarhide fire. How you saved young Susie from certain death.
I just carried her out. Ned Austin found her and Miggy cleared the way out.
I have Nelson's incident report here. He mentioned that Miggy was missing from the roll call later.
Miggy wasn't missing. I knew exactly where he had gone.
Where was that?
Miggy went back into the barn to get Murph's axe.
By himself?
Correct.
That's a major breach of health and safety, no?
First thing they taught us, you don't run off by yourself and never lose sight of your line partner.
So, what do you think motivated him to take that risk?
You know about Murph, the Irishman who got burned up?
I do, yes.
Murph was his best friend in the camp, and he was dying in the burn unit. Our supervisor, Ned Austin, he let Miggy have Murph's axe.
Miggy, I got something for you.
Is that Murph's axe?
Miggy was kind of superstitious. I think he felt like Murph's spirit was in that axe, and that it was watching over us.
Like a totem of sorts.
When we were inside that barn, he lost the axe. It just flew out of his hands. Almost took my damn head off. He wanted to run back for it. I wouldn't let him.
I'm going back in! I can see the axe!
Are you fucking stupid, man? Come the fuck on.
I think to Miggy, the idea of leaving the axe behind...
Was like leaving Murph behind.
Yeah, so he went back later when he thought nobody'd notice. But Miggy never expected he'd have to kill that horse.
Come again. Did you say kill a horse?
Oh, I got you, buddy. I'll get you back to camp. Cleaned up, sharpened, good as new. What's that? Is someone there? Are you hurt?
I just saw the end of it, but from what Miggy told me, this baby horse was lying in the corner, burned up bad, barely alive, and looking him right in the eyes, like it was pleading with him to do something, anything. He said he could hear the burn in the little horse's lungs as it struggled to breathe, wheezing in pain.
And Miggy now had Murph's axe in hand.
Lo siento. En el nombre del Padre, y del Hijo, y del Espíritu Santo. Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm sorry! Oh my... Please! Please be still. I'm trying to help you.
I told you to leave it, man.
Otis,
It's okay.
I didn't want the horse to suffer, but I made it all worse.
No, you didn't. You tried your best. It would have been easier for you to just walk away, leave him to die and forget you ever saw it.
How could you forget something like that? How could anyone?
Sometimes it's best to forget.
Not this time.
Come on, man, let's go. I'll cover for you. Tell him you had to go throw it from the smoke. Come here. Let's wipe all this shit off your face before the other guys see.
What an incredible story.
That's one word you could use.
And symbolic in a way. The youngest man in your platoon, already traumatized by witnessing a horrific injury to his best friend, now forced to mercy kill a young, innocent animal.
I guess. You're the writer.
And the problems with Dominic DeLuca and Sam Park started later that night, correct?
No, their problem started on day one. DeLuca was a bigot and a bully. And I think he had already had a few screws loose by the time he came to the camp. And Park, I loved Park, but he was a hothead and a smartass. His mouth got him into trouble.
Sam Park was the gasoline, and Dom DeLuca was the lit match.
You know, that's pretty good, yeah. I saw it coming a mile away. But yeah, that night was sort of the final straw.
What happened? Do you mind walking me through it?
We had a little celebration at the camp in the rec room. Got a hold of some beer. Always a great combination. Adrenaline, testosterone, booze.
How did you manage to get beer?
From the forest ranger, Nelson. He was always doing shit like that, getting us contraband, beer, pinup magazines.
For free?
Oh, hell no, for a price.
Nelson was running a contraband smuggling operation into the camp.
Yes, ma'am. Miggy told me Nelson once snuck in a whole phonograph for Berrigan, so they could play music for Murph in the burn unit. That one was free.
All right, let me do the talking, Miggy. You just nod and smile.
They're not gonna let me in.
Have a little faith.
Come on, guys, it's late. No visitors in the burn unit after hours.
I'm not a visitor. I'm William Berrigan, chaplain of Alpha Platoon, here to minister to patient Owen Murphy.
And who's this, your altar boy?
Miguel's assisting me. I'm here to give Mr. Murphy his last rites. It's a holy sacrament in Catholicism where the body is anointed before, you know. The white light, brother. The great beyond. And Mr. Romero here is a fellow Catholic who I've tasked with handling my sacramental oils. That is the precious cargo in Miguel's capable hands. Now, will you interfere with the final sacred moments of a dying man? Do I need to call Dr. Morris?
If anyone asks, I'm saying you snuck in.
That was amazing, Berrigan. How did you know he wouldn't ask to see inside the box?
People tend to trust you when you're a priest.
But you just lied.
For a greater good. God will understand. Now let's take that phonograph out and put it together before the orderly gets wise to us. You know how this works?
Yeah, I can put it together. How'd you get a phonograph anyway?
God works in mysterious ways, brother. And I beat Sweet Nelson at chess.
And you got Murph's favorite music. Thank you. He used to sing this for me. Maybe if he hears it, it'll make him heal faster.
Can't hurt.
Is he really dying?
I hope not, buddy.
Do you know this song?
I do.
Who wrote it?
I don't know. I think it's one of those songs that so old it just kind of belongs to everyone.
Murph told me Shenandoah was an Indian chief. That the name meant daughter of the stars. That we're all sons and daughters of the stars. Even if we're poor, or if we're immigrants, or if we're in prison.
I think he's right, Miggy.
So, considering all of that, if Nelson was willing to break those rules, It stands to reason he'd be willing to play along with Morris's cover-up scheme.
I don't know. Maybe it made him feel important. I think he felt like an outsider, like we were all locked up, risking our lives, trying to get out and get home, and Swede was this dorky young forest ranger, taking it from all sides. Sometimes I did feel kind of bad for him. But getting us that beer, after everything that went down at the Dollarhide fire, bad idea.
What now, Swede?
I'm missing a couple cases of beer.
You accusing me of something? After everything I just did for you?
I don't think you follow me, Austin. Those missing beers are specifically for the forest rangers, and most certainly not for any of you jailbirds. Even if said jailbirds did risk their lives out there today like goddamn heroes and save that girl's life, even if I am proud as hell to know you men, and mad as hell at that snake Leach.
Swede, are you drunk?
A little. That's not the point, Austin. If these missing beers were to turn up, say, outside the door of your bunkhouse, you'd better dispose of them quick before a certain teetotaling doctor of sociology finds out. Do you copy?
I don't partake myself, but the boys will appreciate it. Thank you.
Great work today, Ned. All of you. I gotta go debrief Morris now. Y'all enjoy the night. You earned it.
Hey, Park. You alright, man? Go easy on that beer. Maybe you've had enough.
Park, wait!
Hey! What? Greaseball! Yeah, you! Dumb son of a bitch. Thanks for leaving me to fucking die!
What's he talking about, DeLuca? Something happened out there today?
He's just drunk, Soup. He's got that Asian glow. Oh, fuck you, Park! You throw a fucking bottle at me, I'll beat your ass!
You two morons just fucked up the one night of R&R we're gonna get in a long time. And look here! You broke Park's glasses. Great work, DeLuca.
What the hell? He swung at me first.
He swung at me first. You sound like a fucking child. And you, Park, you could have hurt someone. You ever think before you act?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Soup. I just...
Shut up! Now I gotta report this to Morris. You have any idea what a pain in the ass it's gonna be to get you new spectacles up here? If you can't see, I gotta take you off the fire lines. That means no double time, genius.
What? I was trapped! He ran like a fucking coward!
What are you talking about, Park? Trapped where?
Oh, you lying piece of shit. Fuck you!
I wasn't fucking talking to you.
Soup, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to disrespect you.
I don't care how good you run, DeLuca. You are a constant pain in my ass. Get the fuck out of my sight.
Ned, brother, maybe we ought to just separate these two and let everyone calm down.
You undermining me, Berrigan?
No, sir. I'm just saying that maybe if we separate them, then...
Then kindly back the fuck off.
I'd never seen Austin that angry. He looked like he wanted to kill both of them.
Where was Hampton Morris when all this was going on?
His office was on the other side of the camp. He didn't hear any of the commotion. I think Swede Nelson was debriefing him about the fire and everything that happened with Sheriff Leach.
Mr. Nelson, you're close with Sheriff Leach, are you not?
Thought I was.
What's his game here? He wants the camp gone? Why not sit down and negotiate with me in a civilized manner? Why go to these extreme lengths? Harassing you and the men on the fire lines, instigating a riot, putting women and civilians at risk. Someone could get hurt.
He doesn't trust you.
He certainly seems to trust you.
Hello? It's your wife? Sorry, I don't know what to call her.
Call her what she is, my ex-wife. What's she doing calling this late?
She says it's important.
Go. Give us some privacy. Shut the door behind you. Betty? Is everything all right? Is there something wrong with Billy?
I'm sorry to do that, Hampton.
Helen. I don't appreciate this.
I
don't want this phone call getting back to Leach. Your forest ranger friend is loose lips.
Helen, it's late. I don't have patience for these kind of...
Leach is running for mayor.
What?
I just heard him on the radio boasting about sending Swede Nelson away from the Dollarhide fire with his tail between his legs. Said your camp firemen are incompetent thugs who let that fire get out of control.
That's not what happened. My men saved that girl's life.
He's attacking me by name. You too.
What do you want me to do?
Put that fancy legal education to good use and help me fight him off?
I'm not a politician.
I've been reading George's law books, just to figure out some way we can rein in Leach. The California State Constitution gives the Office of the Attorney General the power to direct all sheriffs. In enforcing state law, the sheriff is acting as a peace officer of the state and is under the direct supervision of the Attorney General.
I don't want the publicity that comes with being AG. My family certainly doesn't either.
Hampton, you believe in this camp, don't you? And these men? You want to see it shut down, see them go back to San Quentin after they've trusted you with their lives?
I have to go. And, Helen,
Yes, Hampton?
if you ever do that again, pretend to be my wife,
It worked, didn't it?
it's beneath you. Don't do it again.
I'm sorry. Truly, I am, but the truth is that your wife may not need you right now.
That's enough.
The men need you. I need you.
Good night, Helen.
Good night, Hampton.
Everything okay, Doc?
Go home, Mr. Nelson.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Get some rest, Doc.
Good evening. Corrections Director Morris calling for Governor Warren. I know it's late. We both know he's still working. It's important.
I guess it was naive to think the folks in the town might be a little grateful. Dollarhide was, but the rest of them looked at us like we were scum.
Do you have any idea how Morris reacted to Leach's move?
I think before that day, Morris was hoping maybe if he ignored Leach long enough, the sheriff might just run out of steam and go away.
So it came as a surprise then, when Leach announced he was running for mayor.
Yeah. That's when Morris knew the sheriff wasn't fucking around.
This is County Sheriff Lawrence Leach. My friends call me LJ. You've elected me 3 times to protect your rights. To life and liberty and safety and prosperity. To freedom from fear. And now those rights are under attack by an unelected mayor. That's why I'm running to replace Mayor Helen Gantry. On day 1, I'll shut the fire camp down and send the criminals back where they belong.
I don't care about politics. I've never even voted before. But I will now. I want a mayor who'll fight for me and my family.
I want a mayor who can keep my children safe from vagrants and criminals. Mayor Gantry cares more about lawbreakers than law-abiding citizens. I don't feel safe in my own town. That's why I'm voting to make Sheriff Leach our mayor.
You know me. You can trust me. I've spent my entire career fighting for you. I've always been a fighter. I fought the Kaiser's armies in the Great War. I fought criminals, radicals, and bootleggers when I got home. And now I'll fight the mayor, the state, and even the federal government if that's what it takes to keep you safe. My name is Sheriff L.J. Leach, and I'll never stop fighting for you.
Let's go back to the fight between Sam Park and Dom DeLuca. What happened next? After Austin and Cleaver broke it up?
DeLuca stormed out, slammed the door behind him. I took Park outside to have a smoke and calm down.
Did anyone go after DeLuca? Did you have any idea that he was planning to climb the fence and escape?
Not a clue.
Austin, wake up! Wake the hell up! What is it, Cleaver? It's DeLuca. He's gone. What do you mean, gone?
I won't take up any more of your time today, Mr. Jeffries. You've been more than generous with...
Miss Rose, can I ask you something?
Sure. But please, call me June.
June. Do you really think Morris was covering up those deaths on duty? That we were just bodies to him? Cheap labor?
I can't speculate on what's in a man's heart. I try just to follow the facts where they lead. What do you think, Otis? You were there? What does your instinct tell you?
It's hard to say. He treated us with respect. He came to those AA meetings and sat right next to us. He shared his story like he was one of us. I think he believed what he was selling, but I could never shake the feeling I got from him on the bus that first day.
What was that?
That we were like mice in a lab. An experiment.
It was an experiment, though, wasn't it? And maybe Morris did have noble intentions at first. Not all experiments are bad, after all. Like clinical trials.
Tuskegee was a clinical trial. I don't know. I don't know if I should be telling you this, but fuck it, I guess.
You can trust me, Otis.
Morris did lie to us about something. I know for a fact.
What did he lie about?
Another camp, before ours.
Your camp was the first.
No. That's what Morris told us. But we were the second honor camp. We found the first one in the woods, the next day when we were out searching for DeLuca.
You all went out to find DeLuca and, what, just stumbled upon this abandoned camp? Who else saw it?
Miggy. He was with me. Ask him. He might have told his wife Sophia about it too, but I swear I saw it with my own two eyes. The first camp, just a few miles away from ours.
What did it look like?
It was burned to a crisp.
Next season on Backfires. Will June search for the truth about the honor camp, uncover new lies? What will become of the tortured Dom DeLuca, now escaped from the camp? If he's caught, who finds him first? Ned Austin and the men of Alpha Platoon, or the vengeful Sheriff Leach? Will Ara's patience wear thin with her wayward brother Sam? Will Otis earn his freedom and resurrect his baseball career? Can Dr. Morris and Mayor Gantry endure a ruthless election campaign against Sheriff Leach? Until next time, this is Backfires. Featuring Morgan Dalabetta, Travis Andre Ross, Mani Ali Ahmad, Joe Barrett, Eric Berger, Jose Donato, Tyler Seipel, Lanny June, Luke Curry, James C. Victor, Sarah Landau. Narrated by Dave Arlington. Original art by Emily Smith. Additional art by Spencer Robins. Promotional videography and editing, Zach Lorkowitz. Special thanks, Brian Siegel, Rosemary and Joe Peterson, Matt Campbell, Matthew R. Brady, Joseph and Shirley LeBlanc, Sean Harris, Carly Rowland, Nina Blumberg, Jill Brennan, Steve Holbert, Michael Colery, Young Kim. Audio post-production by Gary O'Keefe. Additional audio engineering by Will Edmiston. Music courtesy of Marmoset Music and Premium Beat. Additional music by Gary O'Keefe. Written, produced, and directed by Alex Vincent Blumberg. Backfires is a work of fiction inspired by the historical origins of California's conservation camp system, originally known as honor camps. Backfires is not documentary or news reporting, nor is it affiliated with any federal, state, or local government agency. And any similarity to the name, character, or history of any person is entirely coincidental and unintentional.